By the early 1800s, the age of kings was beginning to crack. Revolutions had shaken Europe, empires had risen and fallen, and a powerful new belief was spreading across the world. Governments should answer to the people. But turning that idea into reality would take an entire century of struggle. After the defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte at the Battle of Waterloo, Europe's monarchs tried to restore the old system. Leaders gathered at the Congress of Vienna to rebuild stability and strengthen monarchies. Kings returned to their thrones, royal power was restored, and revolutionary ideas were supposed to disappear. But something had changed. People had seen revolutions succeed, and they were no longer willing to accept absolute rule forever. In 1848, Europe exploded with uprisings. Workers, students, and reformers demanded political rights, constitutions, and representative governments. These movements became known as the revolutions of 1848. From France to Germany, from Italy to Austria, people demanded democracy. Many of these revolutions were eventually suppressed by monarchies. But the message was clear. The demand for political representation was growing stronger. In the early 1800s, democracy was still extremely limited. Voting rights were usually restricted to wealthy property owners. But reform movements gradually expanded political participation. In the United Kingdom, a series of laws known as the Reform Acts expanded voting rights and increased representation in Parliament. Industrial workers, middle-class citizens, and eventually more ordinary people began gaining a voice in government. The idea of representative democracy was slowly becoming reality. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, democratic ideas continued to spread. Many nations in Latin America fought for independence from European empires. Revolutionary leaders like Simón Bolívar helped liberate large parts of the continent from Spanish rule. New republics emerged, inspired by earlier revolutions and Enlightenment ideas. Though these new nations faced political instability, the concept of government by citizens had taken root. Throughout the 19th century, democratic reforms slowly expanded across the world. Parliaments gained more authority. Constitutions limited the power of monarchs. Citizens increasingly demanded political representation. Democracy was not spreading peacefully or evenly. It advanced through protests, revolutions, and political reform. But the direction of history was becoming clear. Even as democracy expanded, many people were still excluded. Women could not vote. Colonized populations had little political power. Racial discrimination remained widespread. Democracy had begun to spread, but it was still incomplete. The next century would bring an even larger struggle for equality and political rights. By the early 1900s, democracy had expanded further than ever before. But the world was about to enter one of the most violent periods in human history. Two global wars would test democracy like never before, and the outcome would determine the political future of the modern world.